Hey guys, we are back in the kitchen today, only we're not cooking. I'm going to show you how to make your packages merry and bright if you want to put a nice handmade touch to it. So we're going to just put a pom-pom on it. So I have already pre-wrapped a package, and this is just regular red craft paper that I had left over from making something. And you can use your normal wrapping paper. You can use white butcher paper. I also have some brown paper from Walmart. They have it this year if you want to go grab some of that. That has a neat look. And you can also, with your kids, lay it out. I did this when mine were little. You lay it out and you get some paint out. You might want to put a nice safe tablecloth, like one of the washable tablecloths on the floor, or painter's tarp, and let them dip the cookie cutters or whatever into the paint, and then let them stamp the paper, and then you can wrap your packages, and you have the homemade wrapping paper, and you have your homemade pom-poms that are going to make our packages festive. So I've pre-made, yesterday at the library, I pre-made some pom-poms. And I just want you to look how cute it is. And so you don't even have to go out and buy gift tags. You can take a Sharpie, any color Sharpie, and put your to and from, and how easy is that? And you just do a few little dots on the letters, or however you want to do your letters. But you're going to attach your pom-poms to your package like so, and that is so cute. So here's one, and we've combined different yarns and just to get some different texture and color. So this one truly is merry and bright, I think. This one I've chosen kind of a teal and a red with some different texture. And you can give them a haircut where they look neat and tidy, and you can use more yarn so that it's a tighter pom-pom depending on the look you want. I was going for texture and loosey-goosey because I kind of like freeform. We've got some great texture here with this one, and I even made a teeny tiny one with some tinier yarn and some bigger yarn mixed. So I think that turns out nicely. So I'm going to show you how to make your own pom-pom. If you haven't done it, it's fun. You can do it with a fork. I've used a big serving fork here. And here I've used a smaller fork, depending on the size of your pom-pom. However wide this is gonna be the total width of your pom-pom. So you kind of want to gauge that. You can also use a credit card. I'm gonna use my Sam's Club membership card, or you can cut you a piece of cardboard to work with. You can also wind it around. These were made by winding the yarn or cord around my fingers. So I can do 3 fingers, I can do all 4, I can do just 2 fingers. I'm gonna do it on the credit card or the cardboard while we're doing this video, because I want you to see, I want you to be able to see how I do it, and I have to have a kind of an extra set of hands to do it with my fingers, so the tying isn't so easy by yourself. So when you start, you wanna leave enough cord so that when your pom-pom, when you're tying it, you're able to attach onto here, because I've already put some yarn on here to finish off the package and to be able to attach the pom-pom to. So I'm going to leave a little bit hanging there, and I'm just going to start winding. Just winding around. And what I've done is, this is just from Walmart, and I've mixed 2 different types of cord that have variations in even the cord themselves. So, and I've got yarn set aside for tying off. And another tip is, if you happen to have some yarn needles which have a bigger eye, you can almost do like thread your needle and have sewing thread so that you can go under there to tie off your pom-pom, and I'll show you that. With this, I don't really even need the needle. It's so easy without the needle, but if you want the needle and you have them, use them. It makes it a little bit easier. So I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm pulling kind of tight. And I'm gonna leave cord on the other end as well. And I'm just gonna cut that off there and set this aside. And I've got this wrapped around and this wrapped around. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to fish some yarn. Let me cut a length off. You're gonna, if you wanna tie both sides off, which some people do, you're gonna fish the yarn underneath and tie it on this side, fish it underneath, tie it on that side, and then you're gonna pull this off and tie it with both of them. I'm confident enough with making these now that I am going to slide my pom-pom yarn off of the cardboard, and I'm gonna hold it tight in the middle and lay my yarn down, or string, or whatever it is you wanna use. And I'm going to tie a knot. And again, if you do it with your hands, which was pretty easy not having the cardboard, you do kind of have to work your hands a little harder, or have an extra set of hands, somebody helping you along. And I'm gonna tie this pretty tight. I'm gonna go around, loop it around the back. I'm gonna go around both sides several times. And again, you wanna keep it in the middle. I'm gonna tie a knot to tie it off. You wanna pull it tight. There we go. My hands are cold this morning, so they aren't working all that great. And once you've done several of these, it gets much easier. You get a little bit faster and you figure out efficient ways of doing it, especially if you have somebody helping you and you've made this like a fun craft thing to do together with somebody. I think I'm gonna do this with my nieces when they come, making their own pom-poms, because I think they'll really enjoy it. Again, I'm gonna tie several knots just to make sure my pom-pom stays together. Use my finger in there. Once you get it tied in the middle and it's tight, holding it together, you're gonna take your scissors through the whole thing and you're gonna cut through the end loop, like what would be your bow in a sense, the loop of your bow. So I'm gonna cut it. And you may have some stragglers that your scissors didn't make it through. Go ahead and cut them. And if you're doing this with kiddos, they're gonna love it, because in a sense, in a minute, we're gonna give this thing a haircut and trim it up. Unless you like to have the unevenness that we did with some of those and we left. So it's your own artistic judgment on what you want. And just make sure you've cut all your loops. And if they're a little bit uneven, you can pull them through. I've got a little bit of unevenness where I tied. So you're just gonna work with it and pull them through. And you're gonna fluff it like so. And what's nice about this cord is that it kind of frays on the end, which gives you some added texture. I'm gonna twist it a little bit and work with it. I've got my two ends that I'm gonna tie onto my package. And I'm gonna work on giving it a little bit of a haircut where some of that uneven stuff was, so that it's more pom-pom like. It makes a little bit of a mess. And now, clear my area. I've twisted it. I'm gonna loop one end through where I've tied that, pre-tied that onto the package. I'm gonna tie me a nice knot with it. And again, just work with your pom-pom until you get it looking like you want it to look. And you can leave these ends, you can fray them if you want, but there's your festive package that you've done by hand. And as people open them, they'll know. You took a little bit of extra time and gave it a little spritz this year, and people will love the look of the packages, and you will too under the tree. Just make your Christmas merry and bright and handmade. Thank you for joining us. Have a Merry Christmas.